Aaron, listen, Aaron, I'm telling you, this play's going to work. All right? It's going to work. You're doing the fucking play. We're not passing the ball. Okay, here's what we're going to do. It's 4th and 2. 4th and 2, and we're in the red zone, down 16 points. But guess what? We're going to run the fucking ball. And that's just not going to work. Here was our game plan. Oh, let me see. I could write on this, right? I could write in this. It's my brother's fucking folder. You know what? I could write. Run. See what that says? Run. Fucking check down. I gotta be a little quiet because it's like 3 in the morning. I probably should fucking erase that shit. But my fucking goodness, that is all the Steelers did in that game against Buffalo. I thought for once the Steelers were going to come into a game against a team that has a better quarterback and be able to win that game. Why, you may ask me, I thought that way. Well, because the fucking Texans beat the Bills with Davis Mills. With Davis fucking Mills, they beat the Bills. And I don't want to hear shit either, because you could be like, oh, well, the Texans have a way better defense than the Steelers. I agree. Should they? Fuck no, they shouldn't. I don't understand. I do not get Mike Tomlin, and here's why. Every year, people say fire Mike Tomlin after every loss. I'm not that person. I don't do it after every loss. If we play a close game, like the game against the Bengals earlier in the year, I'm not blaming him for that. That Packers game, we got killed by the tight end, but I wasn't screaming fire Tomlin yet. It was the Chargers game that really tipped the iceberg for me. That was not just tipped the iceberg. That sank the fucking ship. That sank that fucking Titan. I was pissed. But this game, we're already underwater. So we're the ship that's the Titanic. We're already underwater. We're just falling deeper. Into the fucking ocean. I don't get it with Mike Tomlin, because here's the thing. He's supposed to be a defensive coach, right? And if he's a defensive coach, that means the defense should be good. Well, let's see. How good is the defense? How about giving up 250 rushing yards in your home fucking stadium to a team that you're probably just as good as? They're probably just as good, if not better than Buffalo. Definitely better than Buffalo talent-wise. The only player that Buffalo has is Josh fucking Allen, and I guess James Cook. Well, guess what? The Bills looked at that and said, Sean McDermott, he was the coach of the Bills. He goes, I know we only have 2 players. Will the Steelers be dumb enough to let one of those 2 players go off? Not Allen, but James Cook, damn sure. The Bills rushed for 250 rushing yards in the Steelers stadium with not the season on the line, but definitely the division on the line. They came into our stadium and ran for 250 yards. No one had did that in 3 Rivers. This dating back to the 2000s. That hadn't happened. And the Steelers pride themselves on the defense, the mean and toughness back in 2008, 2005, the rugged Steelers. When Renegade played, you knew everything was going to happen. You knew we were going to get a sack or an interception or end the game in some type of way. Well, guess what? Renegade came on yesterday. Fans fucking booed. They booed Renegade. You know how bad you had to be playing for the fans to boo Renegade? Are you kidding me? Also, back to what I was saying about people saying, yes, the Texans have a better defense than the Steelers, but they absolutely should not. They should not have a better defense than the Steelers. The Steelers have T.J. Watt. They have Alex Highsmith. They have Jalen Ramsey. They have Joey Porter Jr. They have Peyton Wilson. They have, can I keep going? All those guys, Patrick Queen, Duggar, all these guys are good. Brand name guys. These aren't no names. These are not no-name players. Jalen Ramsey, one of the best corners for years in the NFL. T.J. Watt, everyone was telling me he's the best defender in the NFL. Bull fucking shit, but people were telling me that. Alex Highsmith, one of the most underrated. Patrick Queen. These guys are good. What the fuck is how bad do you have to be as a coach to turn those players to look like the shit they looked like? And TJ Watt said it in the press conference. He said, well, we weren't put in the right position and definitely to win this game or something like that, or we couldn't stop. They kept running the same shit. Yeah, so how bad did your coach have to be? The players are even saying it now. It'd be one thing if it was just the fans. Now the players are saying it as well. And you can look at Aaron Rodgers too. He's dejected. I feel bad for that man because he came to the Steelers thinking he'd have some fun. You know, Mike Tomlin's a nice coach. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to throw the ball. They don't let him throw. They don't let Aaron Rodgers fucking throw. It'd be one thing if he was fucking up and he was throwing the ball into the dirt. They don't let the guy throw. If they let him throw, it's like a 5-yard pass. Aaron Rodgers got the play call on 4th and 2, and I kid you not, I saw his face fucking frown before the play even happened. I didn't know what the play was running, but he's sad. He looked like, I know this ain't going to work. This is not, it's 4th and 2. We're handing the ball off. What are you doing? Handing the ball off. Who'd we hand it off to? Gainwell? I don't even remember who the fuck we handed the ball off to. It was 4th and 2, down 16 in the 4th, and you're handing the ball off. That's not going to work. The second half adjustments, that's another thing. You start the game, you're up 7-3. You're lucky to be up 7-3, by the way. The turnovers, and I keep saying this too. Eventually, you're going to run out of turnovers. Eventually, that shit is not going to keep going. You can't continue that. That is not a consistent thing that you can rely on. Because in the playoffs, teams are going to run the ball. Number one, they're going to run the ball. And number two, they're going to make sure they limit the risky plays. So what? The best chance you have is maybe ripping a fumble out. And they did that yesterday. And they got a pick yesterday. Okay, all right. Those are good things, obviously. But it's not sustainable. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not sustainable in the fucking playoffs. You have to have defensive stops where you force a 3 and out and get the other fucking team off the field. We're going to talk about the Chiefs in a minute. They couldn't get players off the field on 3rd and long. They're, 30th in the league on 3rd and long defense? Steelers aren't that bad, but my God, I mean, you have to get off the field without getting a turnover. It can't just be, we'll get a pick. We'll rely on Duggar to get a pick, or we'll rely on Eccles to rip out a fumble. No, that's not going to work. It's simply just not going to work in the playoffs. When things matter, when the going gets tough, these teams are going to limit mistakes. You're not going to be able to rely on that. The Patriots game, we won the game by 3. We forced the 5 fumbles, and we only won by 3. We forced 5 fumbles. That's the last game the Patriots lost, by the way. So apparently they don't fumble 5 times. They don't fucking lose. But that's not going to fucking work. As here comes the fucking snow truck, because it's 3:30 in the morning and I'm bullshitting about this shit. They're plowing the fucking snow over here. Anyway, I don't know how Tomlin's still coaching. I truly do not know how that is the case. How the fuck do you allow this man to still coach? And when he's the defensive coach and the defense is playing like shit, you give up 250 yards at home. Rushing. The Bills didn't even have to pass. You say, oh, if anyone's going to beat us, it's going to be Josh Allen. It's not going to be the fucking, I don't even know the guy's name. James Cook and Ray Davis. That's who beat us. James Cook and Ray Davis. You gotta be kidding me. And you come out of the second half, and it's another thing people say, oh, well, Tomlin's a good second half adjustment coach. No, he fucking isn't. He's never been out. You see, they come out of the second half, it's 7-3. Aaron Rodgers fumbles, first of all. Now he gets fucking injured after that. It's 10-7. He puts Mason Rudolph in, and then Mason Rudolph fucking throws an interception. Okay, you're down 17-7. I don't blame Tomlin for that, personally, because that's a fumble from the quarterback, and that's also an interception, a bad throw by Mason Rudolph. Mike Tomlin is not in the game. He cannot throw those passes better. I don't blame him for that. What I do blame him for is the lack of energy after that. It's 17-7. There's still 10 minutes left in the third quarter? So 25 minutes left in the game, and you managed to score 0 fucking points in the second half When Rodgers came back, he was perfectly fine after that drive, and you scored 0 fucking points. What's your name? Arthur Smith, you should be a fucking shame to yourself. And Mike Tomlin, quit hiring these guys. Everybody keeps saying, well, the Steelers need to get a better offensive coordinator. Who the fuck's getting the offensive coordinators? It's Mike Tomlin. Randy Fiedner didn't work. Who was the other guy? Matt Canada. They were yelling fire Canada at the Penguin games. He didn't work. And now this guy. What's the common denominator? It's Mike Tomlin. It's Mike Tomlin. You can't say it's anything else. Why is every coordinator we get do the same shit, run the same offense? It's because Tomlin is telling them, we need to be conservative and run the ball once it gets to the winter. Ever notice in September the Steelers are good? October they're fine. November they fall off. December they suck. They suck every December because every next month it gets colder. He goes, run, let's run. Remember last year when we played the Bengals, we played the Bengals and it was 17-20 or some bullshit like that. And we were playing Joe Burrow's team, and Joe Burrow didn't kill us. Like, we played good defense that game, and we would consistently just run the ball or throw a check down with Russell Wilson. It's the same shit now. And I believe Aaron's a better quarterback. In my heart, I truly believe Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback, and he can throw the fucking ball. Because I saw him throw the fucking ball in September. And I saw him throw the ball in October. Why are we afraid to throw the ball? It's because of Tomlin. There's no way each coordinator he's getting this unlucky that they're all the same. He wants this. You don't believe he wants this? Come on. Also, so the offense can't do anything. And that's another thing. Why not keep George Pickens? Oh, because he has anger problems. Well, you didn't care about that with Antonio Brown. You didn't care about that with Martavius Bryant. You didn't care about that with Le'Veon Bell, with LeGarrette Blount. You didn't care about that with any of them. But you care about it with George Pickens? No, you just didn't want to pay the man. That's all right. That's all right. You don't want to pay him. Fine. He's looking like a fucking beast out there in Dallas. He looks like the best receiver in the NFL. And I look at Dallas, I'm like, man, what if Aaron Rodgers had a George Pickens and DK Metcalf? Wouldn't that be nice? Oh, wait, that was our team for about 1 month before you fucking traded him for a 5th round pick. Imagine what DK Metcalf, and fans get on DK Metcalf, rightly so, because what the fuck has he done? I mean, he's been like a wide receiver 2 or a 3 or a 2.5 at least. But here's another thing about that. DK Metcalf would have more open space if George Pickens was fucking out there. But he's not. George Pickens, what did he say in his draft day? What did he say when he got drafted? I would like to someday, my dream quarterback to play with is Aaron Rodgers, and you took that opportunity away from him. Shame on you, Mike fucking Tomlin. Shame on you. You took that fucking opportunity away, and you traded him for a 5th round pick for fucking rubbish. Dallas looks like the best team in the NFL. I hope they go fucking win the Super Bowl. I hope we miss the playoffs. See George Pickens, he'll be dancing. Oh, he won't have anger problems then. Why not? Oh, maybe because maybe his offense couldn't get him the ball. Maybe his offense couldn't throw him the fucking ball. Maybe he was playing with Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, fucking... I don't know what else to say. It's common sense, people. It's common sense. We never change anything except we continue to draft good receivers. They continue to have anger issues. Apparently, that's not Mike Tomlin's fault, but it seems like every receiver we have is either celebrating or angry or something. Every coordinator we have is conservative, can't do this, can't do that. Every draft we have is always defense, invest in defense, invest in defense. Well, they invest in defense and they give up 250 yards on the ground. How the fuck is Derek Harmon going to help that when he comes back? Or was he back yesterday? I don't know. Guess why? Because I don't pay attention to the defense anymore. Because they don't even bother to fucking mention. And I think he's still hurt, by the way. But he's not going to help anyway. We should have drafted Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart was there. You don't draft him. You're just going to repeat the same cycle. Next year we'll get Kirk Cousins. We'll go 10-7. Then next year we'll get, who will be hurt? Who will be old then? Maybe Jameis Winston. Maybe we'll get him the next year. And we'll just continue to be 10-7 and 10-7. And Art Rooney will continue to extend Tomlin. It doesn't work. When are you going to change? I don't get it. Like, it's one thing. It would be one thing if I came on today and said, man, Josh Allen for over 350 yards. We tried our best, but Josh Allen is just too good. He's that guy. No, they ran the ball, and they made it look effortless. They ran the same play about 40 times, and it worked. If your defense is the highest paid in the NFL, that can't happen. That cannot happen. Not at all. Not at all. Not now, not ever. Not ever. So, I don't know. I think Tomlin definitely needs fired. And they were screaming, fire him. Art Rooney's not going to care. He's not going to do anything. Terrell Austin, dude, you're horrible. And Arthur, all of them need to go. They need to go. And the bubblegum guy, too. Whatever the fuck he does. What is he? What the fuck? Is he special teams coach? I mean, I guess we're not doing terrible there, so I guess he can stay. But it pisses me off because you go nowhere. You stay in the same spot. It'd be one thing if we were shit for 1 year and got a good draft pick. That would be a nice thing to do, or be good enough to go win. We don't believe, Steelers fans will admit it. They don't believe we're good enough. And you know what's sad? The AFC sucks. This is horrible. If we had a Mike Vrabel or something like that, we could win it all. We really could. But we have these stupid coordinators and stupid coaches that do conservative. It's just conservative play calling over and over and over again. It's Groundhog Day every fucking year, and the groundhog keeps seeing the shadow and refuses to make changes. The team refuses to make changes. That groundhog being fucking Art Rooney, the shadow being Mike Tomlin. He's seeing the shadow, but he's keeping it there. He ain't letting the sun shine. He ain't letting someone else come in to bless the Steelers. Something else to happen. We're just going to keep repeating. Repetitive. It's going to be the same thing every year. Every fucking year. He should have been fired in 2018 as far as I'm concerned. When you lose to the Jaguars in the playoffs and the next year go 8-8, you can't tell me any other coach in the league isn't getting fired after that. So you underachieve in the playoffs, and then the next year you fail to make the playoffs. And you lost games in the craziest fucking ways. That Denver game, that Chargers game, that Raiders game in 2018. I remember that shit. Guess how old I was then? I was fucking 13. And he's still the coach. We had a global pandemic. I graduated from high school. This guy's still the fucking coach. Shit has to change. And Juju and Claypool and Pick, they all go and they all leave. He don't discipline anybody. It just bothers me to my core because the division's winnable. I mean, it ain't like if we win against Baltimore next week, we're still first place. Could you fire him mid-season? Honestly, it might be better for us. It might light a fire under our ass because players don't believe. They can lie and say, we're gonna fight for Mike Tomlin. We believe in the Steeler way, and the standard's the standard, and the standard is we're gonna win. They can lie and that. But I think if you fired him, man, that would be just something inspirational. Wake the team up. You know, Art Rooney, show that you want to win. Say, this ain't good enough. Mediocrity isn't good enough. And I'm sick of it with Pittsburgh. You got Bob Nutting, who he wants to be bad forever. He just wants to keep his money. Bad is good enough for him. For the Steelers, it's mediocrity. It's never changing anything. Stay stable. Oh, we only had 3 coaches in our history. Clap it up. We have 3 fucking coaches. We could have had some good coaches. We could have had Mike Vrabel the last 5 years, or we could have had Kevin O'Connell, or we could have had Kyle Shanahan. But no, we got 3 coaches in 50 years. That's the Steeler way, and it's got us nowhere. Where the fuck has it got us? No playoff wins since Barack Obama was president. Since Barack was president. Trump fucking won president twice. He was in the White House, out of the White House, in the White House. That's about 8 years, and the Steelers still haven't won a playoff game. It's got to change. Like, you have to fire him. I don't care no more. This is it. This is the pinnacle of the top. This is the downfall right now. This is the collapse. You continue to be 5-5 or 6-6 or 7-7 or 8-8 and 9-8. What everyone makes fun of us. The whole league says we're always going to go 9-8. Why can't the owner see that? So we got a defense that's the highest paid, but they can't stop anybody. We got an offense that literally has the best thrower of the football of all time and refuses to throw the ball past 10 fucking yards. And we got a coach that continues to just lose in the first round and stay. Man, imagine I went to work and I just did the bare minimum and they just give me this big contract. Man, that would be amazing. You know, I'd just be getting paid for no fucking reason. Well, that's Mike Tomlin for you. That's him. And then give a nice speech. I believe that I cooked this to the bare ability that I could. I cooked it for only 7 minutes, but man, I put in the work. I put it in the stove, and it's burnt to crisp. But you know it's still gonna be good because it's standard. Like, that's literally Mike Tomlin. I'm sorry, but that's literally him. Anyways, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna make another video recapping the whole NFL, but I had to fucking I literally had to shit on the Steelers. Like, I can't with this shit. Anyways, I'm Yeck Bayless. I'm gonna skip on out of here.